Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to be a typical GTA 5 YouTuber and steal someone else's idea and then make it my own. So what I've done is I stole Kowalder's idea, which he DM'd me by the way, so it's completely fine, and then also steal some of his gameplay that he sent my way too. So without trying to waste too much of your time, let's immediately dive into it. First one being in the very first prep mission of the very first heist. All you want to do, instead of actually going all the way to Paleto Bay, simply just call up 911, choose paramedic. There will be a paramedic car driving in front of you, you'll steal it and bring it to your facility. It's really that simple. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it, but it's a thing, you can see it on screen, I even tested it for myself. Still in the first heist, prep mission 3, we have to steal the Akula, and all you really want to do, and this one to save you a bunch of time, is using the elevator, because if you use the stairs, Lester will also laugh at you and even mentions it. And to save even more time, what you could do is to have one person go to Fort Zancudo and the other person goes to Los Santos. But do keep in mind the spawns for the Akula are random. In the Act 2, the second setup mission where you rescue ULP, what you want to do is, if you're using 3 players, just have 2 people be in the ground team and 1 person be on the lookout. And what the lookout wants to do is to stand in the hall which you enter and then kill everyone that comes in, while the other 2 guys are just doing the dirty work. It works well with 2 players as well, and it will save you a lot of trouble. And then the fourth setup of the last heist where you have to steal the tank, what you want to do in this one is to simply get a high vehicle like the Sand King or the Surgeon or even a van and just jump over the wall and wait until your teammates have destroyed the equipment. And once they've done that, simply pick up the tank and pick them up as well. So those were some very nice gameplay tips given by the one and the only Kowalder. Moving on, we of course have the most obvious tip of all time, snacks and armor. Make sure you always have that filled up before entering a setup or a heist. In case you didn't know, by the way, snacks are free in your facility. Simply walk up to your lady or man sitting behind the desk and just snack away. ExPresidents also had 2 great tips. First of all, utility vests don't work, so don't bother with them. And then a tip for the final finale is that if the AI has no one to shoot at, they shoot the person hacking. But if there's someone there covering the hacker, the AI will focus on him. Hassan also had a great tip about this Act 2 setup where you have to kill the invisible juggernauts. What you want to do is when you kill the Merryweather guys, just simply place down sticky bombs at the entrance where they spawn and you should be able to just blow them up in no time. Gtamen had a great tip about the fact that you have to be in a CEO if you want to do these heists, mainly because as a CEO you can regenerate your partner's health. Moving on to Donny saying that you can see juggernauts with thermal scope on the heaviest sniper Mark II, and you can mark them with incendiary ammo for other players to see them without the need of the weird goggle vision. The windows of the RCV aren't bulletproof. It doesn't plow through night sharks at all, so avoid hitting any civilian or enemy vehicles. Leopardon advises you to use the weaponized Tampa in any mission where you have to kill NPCs. It's very helpful because you can mow down waves of enemies like they're nothing. Do keep in mind, however, this thing is not fully bulletproof and you can get shot through them, so do keep in mind on that. Then the ExPresidents and Andreas' crew also have some great tips. They have a revolver Mark II with incendiary rounds start a fire after every shot. So even though enemies don't die from the shot itself, it will still make them fall to the ground and burn. And if you use the marksman rifle Mark II, even though you don't kill them, even with normal ammo, they will fall down. So that could be a very useful gun to use as well. Also, a pro tip if you play on assisted aim, this is slightly overpowered if you were to use this in PvP, but if you attach the large scope to your marksman rifle, you'll be able to lock onto enemies as well, which makes this thing a huge powerhouse. For the deluxe hack, stay on the passenger side of the armored truck and the driver's side of the boats to avoid getting shot. Dropping back to the RCV mission real quick, where it's a really good idea to use the RCV as rolling cover, which is something that I personally did as well while I was playing this. What you want to do is you want to make sure that your teammate is covered by the RCV. It's a big giant block of cover, but obviously do keep in mind that those windows are not bulletproof. And then last but certainly not least is some obvious stuff like have good communication with your team, because communication is definitely key. These heists are not easy at all. You need to communicate well because enemies just spawn out of nowhere sometimes. It happened to me And it might be funny, but if you're trying to go for Criminal Mastermind, you really need to have a solid team. Practice these heists well before you get into Criminal Mastermind, or else you're probably going to have a very, very difficult time. Learn the enemy's spawns, Learn, for example, in the last heist where you could place proximity mines at near spawns of enemies, because during that last heist, the enemies are spawning infinitely. So do keep all that stuff in mind. Try to see how stuff works, and if you do, submit them in the comment section down below or on Discord. I would love to share them with more people so everyone can have an easier time with these heists, complete them quicker, and also make a lot more money while doing so. But with all that said and done, thank you also very much for submitting your tips and tricks on Discord. I really do appreciate it. It brought for some very interesting tips and tricks, which I'm sure a lot of people will be very pleased to hear and use in the future heisting they will do. If you want to submit your tips and tricks, then be sure to do it in the comment section down below. Or if you're a Discord member, there's a special text chat for that as well. If you want to join my Discord, there's a link in the description to that in every single video. So do come join, chat along sometimes. But with all that being said, thank you also very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all later.